All right, continuing book two, lines 40 through 56. We skip a few lines, but essentially, Aeneas starts his story for his audience with Dido, and begins telling about how they encountered the wooden Trojan horse outside of Troy. The Trojans debate about what they ought to do with it. Some people say, hey, throw it off a cliff. Others say, take it in the city. It's an offering of peace of some kind. But then this character, Laocoon, who is a priest of Neptune. Um, well, he'll have something to say here, and this is what Laocoon puts forth as an idea to do with the horse. So, chiefly, primus, or firstly, there, ante omnes, omnes here again, I stem for everyone. Another appellate absolute here with this word cativera, so with a large gathering, commentante, crowding in, a great crowd crowding. Laocoon ardently, he burningly, Decoud ran down from the Summa Arche, from the highest citadel, and Procul at a distance. Do we have a verb of saying maybe? No, it looks like we have to imply it. He said, "Oh, miserable people, miserable men, qua, this is or miserable Kiwis, miserable citizens. Um, what madness so great, maybe est, is this. Creditus, do you all believe, and then indirect speech, do you all believe that hostes, again, this is hostes, I stem, that the enemy, avectos esse, implied as well, that the enemy has been carried away by ships, I assume. Or do you think, Allah, do you think that any dona, neuter plural, any gifts, dona orum, a lot of shortened forms here, a lot of gifts of any gifts of the Greeks, carere, are absent, are free, dolus, separation of from grief, or not from grief, from tricks. Thus how that's how Odysseus is known, thus famous Odysseus. Or let's see, or the Greeks, the Greeks enclosed hoc ligno, in this wood, oculanter, lie hidden. Some obvious interlocked word there with hoc ligno and inclusi a kiwi, but also a figure of speech with ligno. This part, this synecdoche part for the whole, enclosed within this wood, referring to the whole structure of the horse. Or I guess this is an either or, wasn't it? Either or, uh, this machina, this machine, this structure fabricata s, has been fabricated, has been constructed in here, more so with the accusative as against, has been fabricated against nostros muros, against our walls. Inspectura here, modifying the machina. This is a future active participle used to express purpose. So the machine has been fabricated to inspect or to look into domos, our homes, and ventura, to come, de super, from above, urbi, upon the city. Or aliquis error, or some trick latet lies hidden. Ne credite, do not believe, equo, the horse, Teucrians or Trojans. Quid quid, and this is a famous line here, quid quid, whatever it is, timeo, I fear, dana os, the Greeks, and I guess I fear the Greeks here, etiam, most likely even. The Greek chi there can always be supplied sometimes with et. So I fear the Greeks, even them, ferentes. Yeah, even my Google wants to fix it. Ferentes, them bearing gifts. Thus he spoke. Thus having spoken, thus he spoke. We have an action for him now to do, most likely throwing. Yeah, there it is, contorted. He hurled here, Liderbus, with all his strength, with all his muster, with a whole lot of mustard. He hurled his ingentem hostem, his mighty spear. He hurled it in latus, into the side and into the curved belly. This is a bit of a weird word. I think, this is one of the few words in the syllabus that is second declension and feminine. Elvis is feminine here. Notice the feminine now adjective modifying it. Anyways, he into the curved belly of the beast in Compagabus at its seams. It stood that the hosta here, yeah, the hosta. It stood trembling or shaking, and Abbot of Absolute with the belly recuso reverberating. In Sanuere is errant. So they resounded. We do have a they here. It's the hollow caverns. I assume the hollow caverns resounded. And Gematum dedere again dead runt here. Those hollow caverns gave out a groan. And if the fates of the gods, if the minds of the gods, non la wisse fuisset, if they had not been live harsh, this is a past contradict fact, um, then let's see. He would have driven, right? This is, I think, Laocoon or the spear. It or he would have driven it would have driven, I think, them, right? Um, yes, with the iron. Yeah, it's Laocoon. He would have driven them with his iron, with his spear. Oh no, he would have driven the Trojans, right? Yeah, he would have driven the Trojans with his iron, with his spear, fodere to mar, to mangle the agrikolikos, latrobas, the Greek hiding places. And now Troy would stand the lofty citadel, the lofty citadel of Priam, would remain Maneres there. Yeah, it's a bit of he switches to second person there, a bit of personification when it comes to the citadel of Priam, Priam being the king of Troy.